You guys already know what time it is. It's Mondays. It's Black Clover Hype Day. Let's just dive right into the. Actually, I'm calling these reactions now instead of reviews because I'm putting out my "Who is the Unpopular Opinion" video out later on tonight, um, and tell you why I'm changing my stances on reviews and reactions and what they are and what they aren't. I dive into it a little bit, but I don't really see how I can review an unfinished product, and I don't like calling it a review weekly when the product is unfinished. If you guys know what I mean. So I'm gonna be. These are just basic reactions, and I jot down a couple things that I find really interesting or that I want to talk about with you guys. And one of the first things that jump out in this chapter is right into the beginning when we get a motivation of why Light will attack the Clover Kingdom in the first place, and we understand that the Clover Kingdom has some problems within it, it, and it's kind of interesting because the story, if you've been paying attention, has been hinting to these problems little bit by little bit by little bit, dropping it in here and there, and we learn actually that the distribution of money and wealth is very unbalanced. You know, the rich are very rich and they have so much to spare, but the poor aren't getting anything, and it almost comes to the point where they're dying, you know, or close to death. So the distribution of money, wealth, and goods are so unbalanced in the kingdom that it's really corrupt. And we also understand in this chapter that Light says that people are ranked by how much magic power they have. Obviously, some people are. There's obviously exceptions about where you were born, how you were born, and things like that. But mainly, people are ranked by how much magic power they have. And I'm going to do a theory video about and how he connects to Light. Look out for that pretty soon. But we understand why obviously Asta it was so low ranked within the Clover Kingdom because he has no magic power or hasn't shown any by then. So I thought that was very interesting that people are ranked by how much magic power they have, and a Light says this is corrupt. I'm going to destroy this world because it's a corrupt world. So he just wants to bring it down to the ground. And I just thought that was a very interesting part of the chapter and deserved a little more in depth look into it. And we also get and obviously, and he even says to Yami that you don't know about this. And I really think Yami, the way he reacts, he's oblivious to what's going on because he's a foreigner. If you obviously we know that he's not from the Clover Kingdom. He's from what we can assume is Japan or some version of Japan. He's not from the Clover Kingdom. So Yami is probably oblivious to this, and the people who are rich are probably oblivious to what's going on in the kingdom for the poor people as well. A lot of people actually don't know unless you're poor. So the way Yami reacted, even though he reacted with his normal, I don't get the point. He's oblivious. I really don't think he understands what's happening within the kingdom like Light sees it. So Light wants to bring the kingdom to the ground because it's corrupt. A little bit after, we see that Asta actually uses the key, or a little version of the key that he learned from Yami, to his advantage in this chapter. He tricks Light's little henchman. He throws away his swords and he uses the key to find out where the portal is. And he actually has a really awesome sequence where he jumps through the portal and punches Light's henchman in the face. And I thought that was really cool seeing Asta, really, and we're seeing this with Asta. He's calming down. If you've been paying attention to the way Asta's been fighting lately, he gets really excited. He tries to do his thing, and he notices that it's not working, and he's calming down. It's really different from a lot of other protagonists, especially in other shonen series. They're so excited, they're so ready, they're so rampant. But Asta is literally learning in front of us. he's calming. He breathes. He takes a breath, and he deduces what's going on. He analyzes the situation, and he acts upon that. So I think that's really awesome that Yuki Tabata, this is mangaka, is doing that with Asta. And my last thing I want to touch upon, Yami's dark hole. You would think obviously dark magic, dark hole, but I was not expecting that. What is the extent of his dark hole? I mean, how much can he suck in, and what limits does he have? I hope we get an explanation of like Yami is like haxed. I mean, oh my goodness, Yami is amazing, and he's becoming one because it's a balance of. It's like what's the term? He's like the balance of comedy and his seriousness and like his ignorance, really, which is a bad thing. He's really ignorant and oblivious about a lot of things. It's like ignorance is bliss kind of thing, where he's so ignorant and so. It's kind of like Luffy, but not like goofy Luffy, but the way Luffy is ignorant and oblivious to a lot of the things that's going on. So he's so one track minded, and it's kind. I'm getting that vibe. Not the goofy, obviously, the goofy Luffy vibe, but the fact that when Luffy is so ignorant and oblivious to a lot of things that's going on around him, that it almost makes him, it makes him that much more embrace, you can embrace him even more because you're like, wow. I mean, and I feel that with Yami, like he's so oblivious to a lot of things and he's just one track minded. And so it's just funny. I mean, the way he says, even the way he talks, the way he says, even if we didn't see the pictures, if this was just a script or a screenplay, you can tell the difference in the tones and the voices of each character. Now, I think that's, and people take that for advantage, and that's not easy to do. But Yuki Tabata obviously does that well. But other than that, guys, an awesome chapter of Black Clover. I'm really loving this series as I've been raving about it for so long. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Please subscribe. Check out my Twitter, Instagram. Comment, like the video, all that, guys. That's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.